A terrible famine struck the land of Bethlehem. With no food left for his family, Elimelech decided to leave his homeland with his wife Naomi and their 2 sons. The family traveled far from Bethlehem to the land of Moab, hoping to find food and a better life. But tragedy followed Naomi. First, her husband Elimelech died. Later, her 2 sons also died. Naomi was left alone with her 2 daughters-in-law, Ruth and Orpah. When Naomi heard that the famine in Bethlehem had ended, she decided to return to her homeland. Naomi urged Ruth and Orpah to return to their families. Orpah sadly said goodbye. But Ruth refused to abandon Naomi. Ruth made a powerful promise, "Where you go, I will go. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God." Together, Ruth and Naomi traveled to Bethlehem. When the people saw Naomi, they were surprised to see her return after so many years. Because they were poor and had no food, Ruth went into the fields to gather leftover grain behind the harvesters. The field belonged to a wealthy and kind man named Boaz. When Boaz saw Ruth, he asked his workers about her. Boaz learned about Ruth's loyalty to Naomi. He told Ruth to stay in his fields and instructed his workers to protect her. Boaz even instructed his workers to leave extra grain behind for Ruth so she could gather enough food for herself and Naomi. When Ruth returned home with a large amount of grain, Naomi was amazed. Ruth told her about Boaz. When Naomi heard Boaz's name, she realized that he was a close relative of her late husband. Naomi saw hope where she had once seen only sorrow. Ruth continued working in Boaz's fields. Over time, Boaz saw her good character, humility, and faithfulness. Boaz agreed to help Naomi's family and take responsibility for Ruth. He became her family redeemer. Boaz and Ruth were married. Ruth, who had once been a foreigner in a strange land, was now welcomed into a new family. Ruth and Boaz had a son named Obed. Naomi's sadness was replaced with joy. Obed became the father of Jesse, and Jesse became the father of King David. Ruth's story became part of one of the most important family lines in the Bible. Ruth's story teaches us that loyalty, faith, kindness, and courage can lead to a beautiful new beginning. Even when life seems full of loss, God can still be working behind the scenes. Ruth lost her home, her husband, and her old life, but she never lost her faith or her loyalty. And through her faithfulness, God gave her a new family, a new future, and a place in a great story.